What's up, guys? As you can see, I'm mid-bulk, in case you couldn't tell. Bulk's been going very well so far, especially for my stomach. Put on a lot of size in this general area. But I have a photo shoot coming up in 2 to 3 weeks with Zeal. So what I'm gonna have to do, same thing, when you have any photo shoot, you need to cut back a little bit. So I am going on a mini cut for the next 2 to 3 weeks up until the photo shoot. And that's just gonna involve me lowering my calories and especially lowering my carbohydrates. So we're keeping the proteins up high so I don't lose any muscle, and lowering the carbohydrates to try and lose some of that water weight and that fat and look less kind of pudgy and bloated. So here are my macros for this week, up on the screen here. This is what I'm going to be eating this week. Next week we're going to lower the calories even more, especially through the carbohydrates, just dropping the carbohydrates lower, keeping that protein high. Now I'm dropping the calories quite extreme this time around, simply because usually I would recommend to people, you know, drop the calories gradually and slowly over a long period of time to get the best results so you don't lose as much muscle. But since I'm only cutting for such a short period of time, you know, like 2 weeks isn't a very long time at all, I can afford to go a bit more drastic with how much I'm dropping the calories by, and I won't lose that much muscle in that short space of time. So that's why I'm dropping the calories quite drastically compared to what I would usually recommend for someone going on a more long-term cut.
Is it too much to ask if I should go or I should stay? In the moment of doubt, put your hand on the flame.
So here's the current physique, 80.7 kilos. Yeah, definitely pretty soft looking, but to be honest, I'm not that fussed about the flab that I've got, as long as I'm continuing to make gains and progress in the gym, put on some muscle, because I know the fat can always be stripped away and will be stripped away later on. So here's the starting physique. Sorry if it's a little bit dark. This is what I'm looking like, and I'll update you for the next week to see how this week's progress of cutting has an effect on my body so far. So the workouts I'll be doing are going to be a lot more high volume. So that's just like high reps, high to moderate reps with a moderate weight, as opposed to, you know, like really heavy weight. But we're going to be intense with the workouts, and the idea is we're just going to get the muscles as pumped, full of blood, and get all those lines and you know, striations in the muscles showing as much as possible. So that's the idea for the next few weeks of working out. Not so much heavy weight, just getting the muscles full of blood. So today's a chest and shoulder workout, so I will take you through what we're gonna do.
Generous. Now I've learned to never help you out, 'cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. 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 You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out, 'cause I'm done cleaning
Alright, so it's finally lunchtime. We've got a 5-egg omelet, just with some onion in there, and 2 slices of toast, which is now nice and soggy, basically untoasted itself. So yeah, gonna munch this down. It's a late lunch, it's like past 6 p.m. And after this, I'll show you what's up for dinner. So this pre-workout's gone off. Yeah, I had it. It was not pleasant. It made me feel real sick. So this is gonna be going straight into the bin, guys. Like, I felt like I was gonna vomit the entire time. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the best workout. Don't take gone off pre-workout. Alright, so first thing you're going to need is a set of scales. Place that down, grab your empty plate, put that on the scales, turn the scales on so that they read 0, and then you can start putting your chicken or whatever your protein is on first. Okay, so then once you got your plate on the scales, you want to just take your protein, in this case we're using chicken, and moving on over to the plate, and basically just keep putting just the protein onto the plate until you've reached the amount of protein you need, and then start to add on the rest of the meal to the plate. Alright, so as you can see, we've weighed out our protein. I don't know if it's a bit dark for you. 130 grams of protein there, 130 grams of chicken, sorry, not protein. 130 grams of chicken there, and now we can add in the rest of this meal as well as some rice. Okay, so we're just measuring out 1 cup of rice here, a level cup. And now as you can see, I've got a weird backwards meal with the rice on top of the chicken. Alright, so there you go, there's our backwards meal with the rice on top of all the chicken and vegetables. Doesn't really matter, guys, just you do what you gotta do, alright? So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna eat this down. Macros, calories are up on the screen here. And then we've only got one more meal, which is just a shake before bed. Alright guys, so we're down here ready with the last meal of the day. It's actually gonna be a shake, so we've got 300 milliliters of milk in this shaker. We're gonna put in 2 scoops of My Protein's Impact Whey Protein in rainbow flavor. And then we're gonna measure out, well I say measure out, I'm just gonna kind of guess about 5 to 10 grams of creatine. I do this every single day, so I know roughly the amount that I need, so I don't bother weighing like 10 grams of creatine out, just kind of put it in by eye. So that's what we're gonna do, yeah. 5 to 10 grams of creatine. I'll take a little lump like this and kind of just break it in there. Let me show you what I'm doing up close. So take a little lump like that and just kind of crumble it in there. So that's about 5 to 10 grams of creatine. I'm not super fussy when it comes to that. So that's it, gonna shake this up. And I always have my shakes before bed because you kind of can act like a dessert if you have a nice enough tasting protein shake. If you're like me, you finish dinner and then you have a bit of a gap before you go to bed, and then you can get a little bit hungry before bed. Instead of snacking on junk food, you can just have 1 or 2 scoops of a nice tasting protein shake with some milk, and it's a good little thing to kind of just fill you up so you're not hungry when you sleep, because no one likes to be hungry when they sleep. So if you've been taking your protein shakes earlier in the day and you're snacking at night, change the time of your shake, have your shake before bed, and save yourself a little bit of extra flab. Okay, so I've also checked my macros, and it looks like I'm a little bit low on fats and proteins. Whenever you're low on fats and proteins, guys, my favorite personal thing to do is just to grab a load of peanut butter and fill up the rest of your fats with peanut butter, because it's good, it's pretty low carb, high fat, high protein. Especially if you get yourself some good quality peanut butter, I would recommend getting some natural peanut butter, so just peanuts if you can, meaning the peanut butter hasn't got like sugar, salt, and palm oil added to it. A lot of people think you need those things, actually you don't. You can literally make peanut butter with just peanuts. So if you can, grab yourself some of that. And what we have here is 3 tablespoons of peanut butter. So 1 tablespoon is 16 grams. I've weighed out 48 grams of peanut butter, which is this right here. And I'm gonna just try and eat this all in 1 big tablespoon. So let's see how this goes. Alright guys, so I think I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Had to cut from the peanut butter because I was having a hard time swallowing that, and now I've got hiccups. There's peanut butter stuck right around here somewhere. So I'm gonna wrap this video up. Like I said earlier in the video, this is just my first day of my mini cut, so obviously you're not gonna see any results yet because, you know, it's just day one. However, I'm gonna be sticking to these macros, these calories, for the entire week, so nothing's gonna change this week, and then I'll post another video next week with my updated calories and macros for the next week, as well as a update on the physique and how this week's calories has affected my physique for next week. So tune in next time. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already so that you don't miss out on my future videos. Thanks very much for watching. Leave us a like if you learned something or if you enjoyed it, and you can share this video around if you have anyone else that needs to cut a little bit of flab but maybe doesn't want to go on a full cut. Share this around, help them out on a little mini 2 to 3 week cut that can just help you look a little bit leaner. Anyways, thanks for watching guys. Have a great evening. I'm gonna go before I die of hiccups, if that's even possible. So yeah, see you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.